The hunted man fled to the front of a cave, quickly clawed away the stones on top. A hidden secret passage was revealed. Nick didn't hesitate and crawled right in. Just before his enemies caught up, he successfully kicked out the wooden stake supporting the entrance. He thought he could escape this ordeal. Little did he know the white dust billowing from the cave entrance had already given away his location. Looking at the collapsed entrance, the wealthy man decided to play a game of cat and mouse with Nick. Meanwhile, Nick moved slowly through the passage. Severely dehydrated, he didn't dare let his guard down for a moment. With tremendous willpower, he quickly crawled to the end of the passage. This was his secret hideout. Parched with thirst, he grabbed a water bottle and drank it all in one go. Badly sunburned, he immediately put on his pants. Then, enduring excruciating pain, he put leather boots on his bloody, mangled feet. Realizing the wealthy man would soon hunt him down, Nick quickly tore down a map from the wall. It marked the locations where water sources were buried. Soon enough, the wealthy man tracked him down. Hearing the commotion, Nick quickly crawled back into the cave, but the wealthy man wanted to kill him. He secretly grabbed some dynamite nearby and lit it, throwing it into the passage. To avoid being blown to pieces, Nick had to quickly crawl out of the cave and sprint toward the exit. Luckily for Nick, he escaped just moments before the dynamite exploded. But this meant he was back at the wealthy man's side. However, to avoid leaving evidence, the wealthy man still wouldn't shoot Nick. Instead, he threatened him to keep walking into the desert, because he wanted to watch Nick die of exposure right there. Although Nick was exhausted both physically and mentally, he still hadn't given up hope. Following the coordinates marked on the map, he successfully found the iron box he had buried before. When the wealthy man wasn't paying attention, he secretly took out the slingshot from inside. Then, following the map's guidance, he pulled up a hidden water source and immediately grabbed the bucket and started drinking. But before he could take more than a few gulps, the wealthy man caught up again. The wealthy man fired several shots at the bucket, shooting multiple holes right through it. Realizing the wealthy man's ruthless methods, Nick had no choice but to obediently follow the wealthy man's orders, enduring the blazing heat as he continued walking into the distance. Compared to Nick's miserable state, the wealthy man looked completely at ease. He leisurely mixed himself a cocktail, then set up a small stool. He wanted to see how much longer Nick could last. At this moment, Nick looked lifeless, but inside he was plotting a bold plan. Before long, the wealthy man drove up to catch up, and Nick had already collapsed on the ground, completely motionless.